Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into Fun Sparkle Drama. I am your host, Nico Cervantes. We have a very polite show for you today. We have celebrity etiquette coach, Jules Martinez Hirst in the house. She is the founder of Etiquette Consulting, and I'm so excited to have her. But before all that happens, I need to welcome back a very special person in our lives, Ms. Nina Lafuente.
Hi, thank you.
I've got to butter you up.
I know, right?
I didn't think you were going to come back.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I came back. Yeah.
I know. Anyway.
Little tanner.
I know. How was Hawaii?
It was great. Deja did such a great job.
Oh.
Yeah, she was darling. She got a little too comfortable out here.
I know, she did.
But I'm back, honey. No, she was great, and
Yeah.
that was nice. And it was a wonderful, like, relaxing reset. You know, I mean, I love traveling, and I went with my little guy, so I wasn't on a beach with naked men as you guys thought I would. Oh my gosh, I watched the show, I was cracking up. You guys were thinking I was drinking cocktails, but it was great. It was really nice. I work hard, and it's nice to, like,
Yeah, you
take
deserve
a break.
it.
Thank you.
I just got back from New York.
Yes,
And
how was it?
It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun. It's like such an artistic, high energy city, and I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
And that's so my soul.
Yeah.
So I totally, I just blend there.
Yeah.
You know? I
Hence
just
your
love it.
jacket. You
Hence
made
my
that
jacket.
when
I
you got
made
back.
it. I was all
love it.
inspired. Yes.
Yeah. And why did you make the jacket, remember?
Oh, yeah. So we went to the Pacific Pride Foundation Royal Ball.
That was so much fun.
This past
Oh my
weekend.
gosh.
It was so fun.
Yeah, beautiful event.
You looked amazing.
Oh, thanks. With my turban.
Yeah.
Well, it was a white party with a splash of color. So everybody, that was super fun seeing everybody's interpretation of white with a splash of color. There's a lot of color with a
And my
splash
fat
of
ass
white.
was not going to get into white, I'll tell you that much. No, ma'am.
You looked awesome.
Well,
You looked
I didn't wear
beautiful.
white. I wore this and I splashed, and I had white nail polish. But I was not going to wear white. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you had your face white. That was so cute.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great cause.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everyone should support the Santa Barbara Pacific Pride Foundation. And go to the ball next year. You missed it already, but go next year. It's an amazing party. It's the best party in town,
Yeah,
I think.
and it's always in April, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Miss Jules Martinez Hirst.
I know. I'm so excited. She's great.
And I'm excited because I have really poor etiquette. Like so my table manners especially, I feel like are just, you know, I never really was a person that got to sit down at tables.
Right.
You know, I went from my childhood, which we didn't sit down at a table at all,
Right.
to being a dancer and being an artist. So we like ate on the floor.
Right.
When I opened my business and I had to like go to functions, I didn't really know how to act.
Did you feel like you knew you didn't have table manners, or was it brought to your attention, or like how did that?
Both.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel awkward. Like I
Yeah.
think you were the first person that reminded me like I had my coat buttoned and sitting down at the table.
Oh my gosh.
And you were like, unbutton your coat. I think it was like,
that was so long ago.
I remember
I
it
know.
bruised.
No, the table manners for me are something
Yeah.
that I've like kind of fine-tuned, but I mean, there's so many other things. Like, you know, I have some questions for Jules, you know, because you're always, you know, it's not about being perfect. It's about doing the right thing and doing, you know, what's proper and, you know, but comfortable for me at least.
So anyway, I am going to bring that Miss thing on.
She's so beautiful too.
We call people bitches, but maybe we shouldn't do
I
that
know
anymore.
it's so not etiquette.
I know,
So,
but it's like
yeah.
it's not etiquette now. So, but I use it because like that's a term of endearment for me.
Yeah.
To like, hey, bitch.
Yeah.
But you know, not
It's
to
a
Miss
small-
Jules, honey.
It's a small
no,
circle.
ma'am. Because I have like, I even wore my splatter paint, but I'm still going to be all buttoned up and yeah. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to have Miss Jules here. So don't go away. Bella Vista Designs is Southern California's premier audio and visual company, specializing in decorative lighting, draping, and sound for your upcoming wedding or event. Welcome back, everyone. Our guest today is the owner and co-founder of Etiquette Consulting. She is a celebrity etiquette coach. She's been featured on Bravo, NBC, and ABC World News. So take a look at this clip.
Hello, my name is Jules Martinez Hirst. I am an etiquette coach. My company is Etiquette Consulting, Inc. So a little bit about my business. I go around and I help individuals be more confident. The person that you're speaking to should have your full attention. So therefore, no cell phone. By doing all of this, you're just drawing negative attention to yourself.
Etiquette expert Jules Hirst says first impressions are made in 4 to 6 seconds.
Yoga pants are a no-no. Big earrings. We don't need to hear you before you get there. But from here on out, now you know you are now socially savvy to go out and travel the proper way. And so there are no more excuses.
Everyone give a warm welcome to Miss Jules Martinez Hirst. They're applauding for you. You know? Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
I am. I'm really excited because as I get older, I am more aware of my etiquette and how it's lacking.
Or lack of.
Lack of, yes, thank you, lack of my etiquette. So it was something that I'm interested in, and like the whole Fun Sparkle Drama brand is all about, you know, me and the things that I'm interested in.
Right.
Or the things I don't know about. I'm not afraid to put myself out there. But I'm interested in it now, and so I'm glad you're here, and I'm thank you.
I'm sure your manners are fine, but whatever we are missing, we will fill the holes by the time I leave today.
Yay. Perfect. And you're going to actually sit down with me at the table later on. We're going to end the show with that, and we're going to talk about some table manners, which I'm nervous about. So tell me about the services that you offer.
Sure.
Yes.
So my specialty is in business etiquette. My primary clients are universities.
Yeah.
So basically what I do is I will go to a university and we will generally do like networking first. So the do's and don'ts with networking, passing out business cards, and even before that, just having a strategic plan when you go to a networking event. Who do you want to speak to? Have some talking points so that when you're doing that small talk, it's comfortable. Because one of the things that people find uncomfortable is approaching people that they don't know.
Yeah.
And then just starting to talk to them, just having a conversation just out of nowhere. So we do that, and then we do the dining etiquette. So that's one segment, and then I work with small businesses. Again, if they have a sales team, they're going out with dining with clients. When you're out to lunch or dinner with a client, you're still representing that company.
Yeah.
So, again, they're going to send out the best people from dining etiquette all the way down to closing that sale.
How does one become an etiquette coach?
There are, believe it or not, there are actually schools that will certify you to be an etiquette coach.
Wow. And how did you become interested in this?
Well, it was something, being Latin, and growing up, at least with me in my household, you had to sit there, look good, and pretty much be quiet.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know how in your household it was, but in mine, that's the way we were raised, So that was always just instilled. And then I'm the oldest, so I really got it from both my mom and my dad. And then as I got older, my father really instilled work ethic. So that was just how I was raised.
Yeah. Well, you always want to do, that's a thing, too. I'm trying to better myself as a person just in case I am a father one day.
Right.
I don't want to be I want to be a role model. So anyway, how is it when you give yourself the title etiquette coach, you have to uphold that title? How do you, it's a lot of pressure, right? Everyone expects you to be perfect and do the right thing. So how do you deal with that?
Well, I am a walking billboard. So that right there, I just have to. A lot of this, I teach it, and again, because this is how I was raised, it's already just second nature to me. But does that mean that every now and then I don't want to just, get my bag of McDonald's and just rip it open and just eat out of
lock the door. Leave me alone, people.
Or when somebody cuts me off, I don't want to, give them a few choice words.
Yeah. Right.
and sometimes, I'm not perfect. And that's not what manners and etiquette is about. It's not about making sure that we're all robotic and doing, this is what we're supposed to do. That's not how we live.
Mentality.
Yes, exactly. It's just about making sure that whenever you go somewhere, you're making the best impression possible. So when you're at a dining table, you don't want to be worried about, oh my gosh, which is my bread plate, which is my drink, which is my fork, what fork do I use? You want to be worried about making a good impression with the people you're around and be so comfortable with navigating your table setting. That's what manners is, making sure that your actions make other people feel comfortable. Yeah. That's all it is. So we don't have to be perfect, but I do have to practice what I preach.
So this is an interesting thing for me because I feel like etiquette has evolved so much over the years, and especially to what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. And I feel, I opened my business about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And 10 years ago, I would never send my clients a text message, ever. And now we're expected to almost text.
Right.
I get text messages from them all the time, and I even try to then turn it into an email because I want everything in writing.
Right.
But what do you think about that? And when is it appropriate? When is it not appropriate?
Okay, so when it comes to the text messaging, yes, instant. And then not only do you communicate with your client or, et cetera, it's also, why haven't you gotten back to me yet? It's been 2 minutes. We're waiting.
Yes.
But so text messaging is kind of like a conversation. You need to kind of keep it going and reply back sooner versus later. That's the thing with text messaging. As far as communicating with clients, et cetera, if your client expects it and they set that that tone, then by all means go ahead. Unless, of course, it gets to a point where you need to have everything in writing, then you do an email. Perfect. But you can send them a text message. Just sent you an email. Please take a look. So this way they know, especially if you've already established that this communication is going to be via text message. So you really have to know your clients.
So what about a thank you card? Because this is something I feel like I get a lot of pressure with thank you cards, and especially with like the whole follow-up anyway, I get overwhelmed because of the expectation that's there.
Okay.
So, at first I get overwhelmed because I'm like, okay, if I'm going to send a thank you card, there should be something inside. Like, what if they open up the thank you card and nothing is there? Like, I feel like, are they going to be disappointed in me? Are they going to think I'm cheap? Like, what is this? And then I won't even send the thank you card.
So you've just talked yourself out of it then, is what you're saying.
Basically, which is like basically the story of my life. But what are your, what is the expectation behind a thank you card? Do you think that's the case, or is it just my crazy brain? Go ahead, say it.
No, the thank you card is just that. You're thanking somebody for whatever it was that they did above and beyond, helping you, gift, meeting, whatever it is. There doesn't have to be anything inside of it, so you can take the pressure off yourself. The thank you is kind of like the gift. You're thanking them.
Yeah, you were telling me about a client of yours. Is it a client or associate that keeps inviting you to church?
Yeah, and so I wanted to ask you, what's the etiquette around that when someone is very wholeheartedly and sweetly inviting you to go to the church where they worship? And I know I have my own belief system. I have checked out different religions, so I feel a little bit caught in it. I don't want to offend her. She's a client, and at the same time, I'm not going to go to the church. Right. So, but I haven't been able to say that because I don't want to be rude.
Right.
So, what do you think?
So you need to just tell her that I thank you. Thank you for thinking of me or invite me, however you want to put it. But I'm not interested, or I don't really figure out. I don't know what the religion is.
I'm comfortable going to hell. No,
I don't get those invites.
I know.
Surprise,
I'm like, why
surprise.
am I being invited?
Yeah.
No, but and I don't know why that's hard, because I know that it's something so important to them, so I don't want to offend.
Because it is important to them.
Exactly.
That's why. But the longer you prolong it, then you're kind of giving her hope that you're going to say, okay, one day I'll change my mind. So you need to just say, I thank you and I appreciate you, but I'm just not interested in going.
Thank you. Yeah.
Period. And no additional apologies. No, and just end it.
When someone has a family member that is deceased or passes away, again, I get really anxious because I feel like sometimes I don't want to approach them right away because I don't want to bother them. Or what is the appropriate thing to do after someone has lost a family member?
So generally, there will be a point person who will put out, in lieu of gifts, make a donation to, and especially if they're a veteran or et cetera. Yeah. If not, sometimes the funeral homes will have direction on what to do. Send flowers to the family's home or to whatever, or in lieu of flowers. So you just need to do a little bit of research to figure out what exactly it is that the family's wishes are for at that point. And again, it's part of life. It's still it's an unfortunate part of life, but you really have to take direction from the family. And there, like I said, there's generally, especially now with Facebook, instructions are always on Facebook. Yeah. Just have to do a little bit of research.
I had recently, someone that I know had lost someone, and there wasn't anything on Facebook ever, and we're not terribly close, but I did send her a text. I wanted to send her something right away. Right. So I sent her a Facebook message, and after I sent it, I was like, oh, why did I do that? You know, and it was a little bit awkward, but I didn't know how else to contact her, but I didn't want to let her know I was thinking of her. I could have emailed her.
Okay.
But still.
Either or. This person's already going through something. I'm sure that's not going to be, oh my God, I can't believe he sent me.
Yeah.
You know, they're so you did what you felt was right, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And what about like response time? Like after someone has deceased, what is the timeline of when you should contact them?
As soon as you know.
Yeah.
Because the longer it goes, you know, then it becomes awkward. Because like, really, this person died like three weeks ago, 3 months ago, and now, you know, I mean, especially if you knew back then.
And if you find out later, like 3 weeks later?
Yeah, if you found out, you just found out. I mean, there's nothing you could do about that.
Yeah.
But knowing, you know, if it came, because, you know, everything always comes out. Just do it, get it over, you know, send the message, and then you're done.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to take a little quick break. And when we get back, we are going to discuss some table manners with Miss Jules. Don't go anywhere. Jules, here we are.
Yes, we are.
Well, let's kind of get started on the rundown here. This is all very foreign to me. It's actually not foreign. I do events, so I'm used to this, but I don't know what any of it's for.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you go to an event, the very first thing you want to do is make sure that you've shaken everyone's hand at the table, so that, you know, everybody knows who you are. So before you even sit down, you're going to go to everybody, say, hello, my name is, your first and your last name, and shake their hand. Once everybody's here, then the very first thing you do after that is put your napkin across your lap.
And you don't, we can do that.
Okay.
And we don't put the napkin on the lap until everyone's seated.
You kind of want, especially if it's like where it's a networking event and everybody comes into the room, you know, once you have everybody pretty much getting there, and it's all about, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I have 7 out of 8 people here. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, just do what's, you know, what feels comfortable.
Okay.
So the way you put your napkin across your lap is folded in half, the folded side with the opening faces out.
Okay.
Very good.
Sorry, I didn't press these before.
So then, then when everybody sits down, your napkin is here. Your napkin is used for dabbing, not for wiping, not for blowing, and not for spitting your food back in.
Okay, what do you do if you have to blow your nose then?
You excuse yourself.
Oh. Okay.
Now, of course, like if I'm talking and, you know, sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to do automatically you're going to do this. It happens. But if you know that something, you know, you excuse yourself and then you leave. Okay, so our very first course is going to be soup, because we always start from the outside and we work our way in.
Perfect.
Okay, the other thing that you want to keep in mind is which is your bread plate, which is your water, because, you know, you're dying of thirst and you want to get some water, but if you take the wrong glass, you've just thrown it off for the whole table. So just think BMW.
Perfect.
Like the car.
Okay.
Bread, my meal, and my water.
Perfect. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so from there we go. Now, when you sit down, whoever is closest to the basket, the bread basket, it is your responsibility to pick it up, pass it to the right without taking yours first.
Okay.
So you would get your bread, put it on your bread plate.
But do I serve myself before I pass it? No, I
No.
don't. Okay, good. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so now I get my bread. Now it goes back to you.
Okay.
It would technically go back. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So then you
We'll
put
it
it.
down.
Okay, and then
and
again.
I'm the person that has to put it back too.
Yes, because it's going to go all the way around, and then you put it back down. Okay, so then remember, you tear your bread. We talked about this earlier. You butter it 1 piece at a time. So then you're going to tear, butter, eat. So you tear, you butter it, and then you eat it.
And you probably eat less this way too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
for the big
business
girls.
meals, if you're at a business meal, it's about the business, not necessarily the meal. So you may not actually get to eat everything.
Yeah, so I can't like woohoo when the steak comes.
Yeah, because you may not be eating that steak, you know, because it's business.
Okay.
Yeah, it's business and then the meal. So
Can we take it to go if we don't eat it?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay, so now our soup comes. Okay, so we
soup.
took care of that. Our soup comes. So the way you eat soup is you take your spoon, then you spoon away, and you bring it to you. Right, spoon away. Okay, when you are through with your soup, it will generally come like this with a platter underneath the soup bowl. Okay, so once you take a utensil off the table, it never goes back.
Okay.
So it's either going to be in a resting position or a finished position. So in this case with our soup, we're going to leave it in my resting position, which is inside.
Okay.
Very good. When I am through, it's going to go to the right of the plate.
Perfect. And do we never want to scrape it?
Right. We don't want to, you can do this.
Okay. Oh, you can a little bit?
Yeah, you can tip. There's nothing wrong with tipping it.
Okay.
People are always looking at you. Just keep that in mind.
Perfect.
So then they come, they pick up your soup, and then the next course comes, and then it is now your salad.
Okay.
Okay, so do you eat American or continental? Or do you not know the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pretend that we need to cut our salad.
I eat rudely, I'm sure.
Okay, let's pretend like we're about
okay.
that we need to cut our salad. Okay, so we pick up our knife. And pick
All right,
up our
doesn't
fork.
matter what.
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
So pick up your fork with your left, and it's the outside.
Yeah.
Very
okay.
good. And your knife.
Oh.
So now we're going to turn it over, and we're going to pretend like we're going to cut.
Okay, I always
so
do the
from here,
opposite.
what would you do?
Okay, so all right, so then I would mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I would ditch this, and then I would go.
So you eat with your fork in your right.
Yeah, or I'd even.
Okay.
You asked me.
Okay, that's fine. You are correct. I did ask.
Okay.
So again, the same thing goes here. It's 1 to 2 pieces at a time. No matter if you're cutting salad, if you're cutting steak, 1 to 2 pieces. So we're going to cut that. We're going to cut it again smaller. Our knife, because remember, utensils never go back on the table. So our knife goes across the top.
Right there.
Very good. But the blades always, or the cutting always faces you.
Oh, good. Yeah, I know.
Then you switch your hand.
Oh. Okay.
And then we are going to go ahead and eat.
Okay. Oh.
Good.
Wow.
Yep. And then when we want to cut more, just cut.
You do the whole situation.
Do it all over again. So when you want to rest, you want to drink some water, etc. The knife goes across the top, and then the fork is the bottom.
Right here.
So it'll be something.
Right there.
There you go. Something like that. Very good.
Perfect.
And then when we are through, then you just think of it as 10:20 on the clock, and then it goes like that, and that tells everybody that I am through.
Okay.
So now I can get some water. I can do whatever it is. Get some more bread, etc.
Okay,
Then
perfect.
this leaves. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're going to have to keep our knife because there was only one knife here.
Okay.
Okay, so then there we go.
And what do we do if it doesn't? Do we put it down again?
So what you can do, because this does happen, sometimes they will only have one knife, you can put it on your bread plate.
Okay.
And you can leave it there. So
Perfect.
now our dinner comes, we go back, and we start all over again.
Okay.
Cut,
Yes. Cut.
knife down,
Knife down.
blade faces you.
Oh yeah. Blade facing me. Okay, got it.
And then switch hands, and then we eat.
And can you eat a piece of meat with a string bean?
Yeah, there's
or?
nothing wrong
Okay.
with mixing the food. What you don't want to do is cut and then eat like this. This is European.
Okay.
And then, I'm going to switch. Now I'm going to eat American.
Okay.
It's one or the other.
Okay.
And you always want to eat with a fork and a knife. Your fork, when you're first starting out, is always going to be in your left hand.
Okay. And then how big should the pieces be?
You're not going to get a perfect bite-sized piece, so you would do one slice and then cut that in half.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're a really fast eater or a really slow eater.
I'm a fast eater.
Yes, I'm a slow eater.
Okay.
Because I talk a lot. So what you want to do is keep pace with everyone at the table.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't mean, that you eat, so then I eat, we don't have to do that. However, everybody should be halfway done together, 3/4 of the way done together. But if you, Mr. Speedy, are 3/4 of the way done and everybody else here is halfway done, put your utensils down and talk to somebody. Yeah. So then the rule when it comes to salt and pepper is no matter which is requested, they are repaired, therefore they travel as such. So no matter what you ask for, sure, you may have the salt or the pepper, whatever it is, put them down and they both go together.
And I know you're not supposed to reach.
You don't reach across.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
You ask the person next to you.
Right. It's supposed to go to the right,
Oh.
but common sense, because you are on my left, it's not going to have to go all the way around for it to come back to, to you. I mean, that's a lot of, here are the etiquette rules. Here is the perfect world. And then here's where we all live. Sometimes we just have to adjust to what the situation is. So now with our glass, so here's our water, go ahead and drink, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you are going to be shaking a lot of hands, you always want to hold drinks with your left hand so that your right hand
is available
and dry, because there's nothing worse than drinking like this and then somebody comes and says and shakes your hand and then you give a wet hand.
I'm always like
and
this.
You do, right,
I'm
and you
like,
do
I'm so
that.
sorry, my hand's
so
a little bit wet.
Holding it in your left hand will avoid that.
Okay,
Okay, so
perfect,
that's
yeah.
that. When
love
it
that.
comes to your wine, white wine should be held by the stem because our hands are warm. Therefore, and if white wine is served chilled, by doing this, I'm warming up my wine.
Yeah.
So hold it by the stem, drink.
Perfect. Drink.
Whatever.
Awesome.
If it was red, some will say that it's okay to hold it by the bowl because red is served room temperature. But again, because you want to practice and practice and practice, you can do it by the stem as well.
Perfect.
Okay. When you are doing a toast, if the toast is given to you, you don't want to, okay, and everybody, cheers, Nico, whatever it is, you don't want to drink. You just want to, smile, acknowledge, and put it back down. Because if you drink, it's the same thing as patting yourself on the back. Saying, yeah, I know, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, and then what you can do is give a response toast back.
Okay.
That you can do. So now we are through with our food. Our utensils go back in the finished position.
Oh, yeah. So, here and...
That's your resting. You were good at the resting.
Yes.
So now the finish is like the clock.
Oh, yeah.
10:20?
10:20. So wait, which one's 10 and 20 again? I'm so sorry. I'm like...
10 is up on the top.
Okay, here, 10. Yes.
Okay. Just the way my plate is, that's how your plate should look.
Oh, like this.
Yeah. So 10 up here, 4 is down here.
Am I doing it right?
Okay.
I'm dyslexic.
Are you?
Okay.
Okay. So then that moves away. Let's just move that over to the side. So let's say our dessert comes, and here is our coffee. So when you put whatever it is that you want in your coffee, what you don't want to do is do this big clinging, let everybody know that you're drinking coffee.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just front, a little bit, and then it goes again on the right hand side underneath the handle.
Perfect. So wait, we finish our meal, everything's done, we're drinking our coffee, and then how do you know when to leave or to get up? Like, you don't want to be like, all right, everyone. Bye.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. Peace out. That was a good steak.
Okay. So, well, it depends. Would be the answer. If this was a business meal, and if you were the host, everybody is following your lead.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to make sure if there's, again, back to business meal, this is at a restaurant, you don't want the bill to come to the table.
Okay.
Okay, so like around dessert time, right before dessert comes, you want to excuse yourself, go find the waiter or the waitress, let them know, pay, give them your credit card, add 20% tip.
Yeah.
And then, and then they'll bring it back to you. So once everybody's done with their dessert, and your business is closed, I mean, you'll know. You'll feel that natural ending to the conversation. If this was, a business function, then they're going to tell you, good night.
Yeah, later. We got what you needed from you, now sayonara.
Yeah, we got your money, it's, it's a fundraiser, et cetera, and then they will tell you. If you're the guest, then the host is going to kind of run the show, and then, again, they will pretty much say, well, thank you for coming. And once they stand up, well, you got to stand up too, and it's time for you to leave.
Jules, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is really helpful.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and a special thanks to Jules for teaching us all about etiquette. Check out her website down below on the screen. And we'd like to also give a special shout out to Classic Party Rentals for providing the beautiful table setup, and to La Tavola Linen for also providing the beautiful linens tonight, where Nico learned all about manners.
Yeah, I know. Terrible. If you like this episode, please, and you're watching it via YouTube, please give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to our channel, Fun Sparkle Drama. Also find us on Facebook, Fun Sparkle Drama, and Twitter, Fun Sparkle Drama. We have new episodes every other Friday. I'm Nico Cervantes, and I'm your host. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.